Welcome to Two Guys Down 200 Pounds. I'm Brian,
And I'm Brandon.
and we're going to get into some of the most embarrassing things about being overweight, which there's a lot of, but we'll get into it. But I think Brandon wants to give a little shout out here.
So I got a little shout out to last week. I kind of going to go back off of last week on speaking about my work. Of course, I talked about last week. If you listen to last week's episode, I was talking about my work and working for Hybrid Turf Care, and I just wanted so everybody knows and it's clear that even though that I was judged a little bit of working there, they are my biggest cheerleaders and have been since I worked there from day one, and they've actually have pushed me to be the better person and help me in my weight loss, and they're the main reasons why I do one race a month. And majority of those guys there that I run with, there's a group of us, and they join me every month to run. It doesn't matter, like whatever they're doing, majority of the time somebody will drop what they're doing to do a race with me. So besides the fact that they might have judged me at first, but they are my biggest cheerleaders in my health weight journey, and it's just super awesome that you can find a job that supports you and cares about you as a person and not only as an employee. So with that being said, thanks to Hybrid Turf Care. If you guys need any lawn assistance, need your lawn green, you need to be a little weed free, give us a call at Hybrid, or give me a call, and I'll get you guys started over there.
That's a little free plug.
That was a little free plug.
Little free Hybrid turf plug, but it's not it is good for Brandon, being down, but I mean, I'd have judged a little bit at 389 in the beginning too. It's easy for us to say, but I get it. It's good because Brandon has done a lot with them. I mean, those jokers even got T-shirts.
Yes, we do.
They go running with T-shirts on.
We have a running club for Hybrid Turf Care and Hybrid Pest Management. So we do. When we show up to events, we all wear the same shirts.
So, yeah, definitely a lot of support there. But we'll get into it. The most embarrassing things about being overweight, there's a lot of them. I mean, you could go down a list. We could do 2 hours. 2 hours. But we could do my son Tate. He'll love that little throw in right there. But we could do a long list of things. And one thing we've talked about the most, or I say the most, we've talked about it probably episode 1 is a booth. And I know that people go out to eat and a booth is not in their thoughts, right? Like they don't. A booth, you walk up to the hostess and they're like, "You want a booth or a table?" I'm like, "I want a table." Yeah. I don't even want to go down the road of seeing if I can fit in that booth.
And the funny thing is some restaurants have bigger booths, and some have tinier ones. And then the funny part is if we do get a booth, you're over there pushing the table because you're trying to get your fat stomach, to freaking
to get
fit in.
Yeah, me and Lauren will get on one side, 3 kids get on the other side, and I can push the table towards them so that and it's not much of a problem anymore. I really don't have a problem getting in booths anymore, but we talked about this, but Waffle House booth, you can't move.
No, now I can finally fit in a Waffle House booth, but that's about the closest booth as you're going to get when you're fat. And you can't move that booth for you to fit in.
No.
That thing is there. It's in the wall. That thing is not moving.
No, and some of them, I could go down a list of restaurants, but some of them you can move the table, you can't move the seat. But some of them you can't move the table, but I can
move the booth.
I can move the booth back. But then the person sitting behind me, whenever they come in, it's going to be a little tight too. So the booth is just and it is weird because I'm telling you, that's not skinny people don't think about that. That's not even a thought in their mind.
Well, and we're talking about the booths and being skinny or whatever, but when I was bigger, I mean, going back on talking about it is the most embarrassing thing is going in there thinking you could fit in the booth, and then you get in there and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you got to go back to the waitress being like, oh, no, I need a table.
or the even worse part is you don't want to go back to the hostess and be like, I want another table. I'm going to suck it up.
Suck it up.
And you can't even breathe.
And I mean,
you can't eat, you can't breathe.
You can't even put your chicken tender down because your stomach is so sucked in that you can't even eat. You're not uncomfortable, and you can't even enjoy your meal.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things that I've kind of even got used to now, where going into a restaurant every week, we go out with the baseball team or whoever. Most of the time we get a table, but I don't even think about it anymore. When we go to hostess and she's asked table or booth, it's just natural for me to say table. I don't even think about it. It's just come, even though booths aren't a problem no more. I just say table.
Yeah, and that's how it is for us. Is like it's just become so natural that we always say table. But I mean, now it's like since me and Nanette have lost a lot of weight, they don't even really ask us now. It used to be like, it's like they see a fat person and like, hey, do you want a booth or a table, just to make sure. And it's like if you're skinnier looking, I don't get asked as much anymore.
Yeah. Which, talking about hostess and looking at you, well, kids. So kids are honest. Kids are always honest. And I've ran into it at Publix or wherever. And it's awkward because you got a 6-year-old kid. I remember standing in a Publix checkout lane, and it hadn't just been Publix; it's been multiple. But a kid looks at you and he's like, "Man, you got a big old belly," and I don't even know how to respond.
You don't,
but laugh. You got to laugh a little bit.
Well. Like the first time it ever happened to me, matter of fact, I was in Publix, and the kid turned around to his mom and goes, "Mom, why has he got a big old stomach?" And they say it loud. Yeah. They say it for the whole grocery store to hear. And the mom's like, "That's not nice. It's not nice." But it's like, dude, they're only pointing out what they seeing is the truth.
And the mom or dad, whoever it may be, they are dying inside.
Oh yeah, they're dying, but they're also a little embarrassed because they're like, God, my kid just said this, and they, it's. But I mean, only that is, we're talking about Publix here, but I think it was either last year or the year before. I'm at the pool, and I mean, I'm a big dude. I still take my shirt off at the pool, but I mean, I literally had a kid walk up to me and he's like, "Dude, why is your stomach so big?" And here I am doing 12-ounce curls in the pool, and I'm like, well, I like to eat.
I like to eat and have a few beers.
Have a few beers.
But, I mean, it's not just random kids either. I think as my kids have seen the journey that I've been on, and their mom been working out forever. She's never been big, but I've been big. And even my kids at a younger age would still make comments about me being big. But now, like even Kiki, my youngest daughter, she won't even say that I'm fat anymore. She's seeing the work that I put in.
Well, she don't even say it because when I'm joking around, or even Tate, if I'm joking around and I call you fat, they're like, Uncle B, look at you, you're fat.
Yeah, they don't.
They take a little offense to it, like they trying to take up for somebody.
Yeah, they don't do it. I mean, Kiki will be like, "Oh, Dad, you're not big," and I'm like, "Kiki, I'm 370 pounds. I'm still a big dude. It's all right. I'm a big dude." But I just think they would used to say things about being big, but now I think that they
got a little older,
and they see the work. They're not blinded by it, right? They're not blinded by it, but they see the work and they see you putting in the effort, and they know when you go to the gym. And so I don't think they want to call you fat because they see that you're putting in the work. You're gaining, like last week, that you're gaining the respect from a 6-year-old or an 8-year-old. You're gaining that. You're gaining that. But talking about kids, we went down. Tate got really, really into wrestling this year. He's done it when he was younger. like 5. I didn't think he was ready, but this year he really turned it on and wanted to wrestle, and he did really well this year. But we go down to Perry for the state championship or whatever it was. I don't remember. And we go in, and we didn't have nothing to do that night. And I look on my phone, I'm like, there's a monster truck little race or whatever you call it in the little Perry.
Little monster truck ride.
Yeah, whatever it was. So we go in and we're looking at monster trucks, and then there's a monster truck that you could ride on. And I go back to being able to fit in roller coasters or whatever. Anytime that I have to ride something with my kid, I always fear, can I fit?
Am I going to fit?
Yeah. There's nothing more embarrassing. You talk about booth, but you go somewhere, you go on a ride, and you can't fit on that ride, and they tell your big butt to get off.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Absolutely embarrassing.
Because it's not just them telling you that. You got to get up in front of freaking 20 people on that ride and get up.
And they wait for you to get out the exit, which, I mean, I haven't even been to an amusement park since being big, for the simple fact of my anxiety and scared.
Yeah, you don't know if you're going to fit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to go up to the Batman at Six Flags and not be able to get on it.
I mean, even now, even the way that I'm in now, I'm still scared to go, and it may be just me still just thinking I'm fat, and maybe I'm not, but
it's just locked into your brain.
It's still just scared.
It's cemented in there. But anyways, we go and Tate wants to ride. They got monster truck rides. Get on this monster truck. There's probably 15 people on there. And you would get up. Me and Tate are sitting in the very back, and from a big person perspective, I sit in the back. So if something, because you get on the monster truck in the back.
Yeah.
So I sit purposely on the back just in case.
Well, that thing might do a wheelie on us. I don't know if they wanted you on the back. Might need you on the front.
I purposely get on the back so that if something happens and I can't fit, then I can hopefully scoot on out without anybody. So I'm sitting there. And it's the dreaded seatbelt, man. I look at that seatbelt and I'm like, oh, man, this ain't going to be good. So I get in, I pull it over my belly, and it's about 6 inches short. And the dude's standing right there waiting on me to
watching you.
Watching me.
Oh, he's
watching me. And I'm like, I can't get it buckled. He looks at me. I look at him, and I'm like, I'll be all right. And he was like, no.
Get the seatbelt.
It has to be buckled in. So he's still standing there watching me. I have to lift my belly up, throw the seatbelt under my belly, get Tate to come over there and knock it down.
So we had to put 3 hands on this seatbelt.
And it did fit. I had to get it up under the belly, but it did. But 7 months ago, I wouldn't even been able to come close to fitting in it. I was lucky to get on it, but your kids wanting you to ride with something. I'm like, I can't tell them no. I want to try it. And it worked out that time, but it's still in your mind. Like you said, those roller coasters, you're afraid to.
And, we're kind of talking about the seatbelt thing, which comes back to me and Annette. We fly down to our parents' house, I don't know, a few times a year, which is down in West Palm Beach. And, if there's one thing that's not just about as embarrassing as Brian's story is, I think any fat person knows, is when you get on an airplane and you got to ask for an extended belt.
The old extender.
And that's that's pretty humbling right there. Like you got to get that extra belt just to freaking get in your seat in your plane. I mean, I could go without it. I mean, they would never know, but you feel more safe with that extended belt and actually being buckled in.
Yeah, because you can. I mean, without an extent, you can tuck a belt. Yeah. And make it look like you fit. And I was telling Brandon, I haven't flown in a long time, but I do know that not only a seat belt, but when we go to sporting events or even on an airplane or a concert, I know a lot of the time the girl, we'll go with friends and the girls want to sit by the girls and the boys want to sit by the boys, kind of hang out. But used to, I'd have to go to a Braves game, a concert, a plane. I got to sit by Lauren because she's only 130 pounds and I need the extra room. Yeah. Right? Because I wouldn't fly by myself because then I would be all up in somebody's. But if Lauren's there, I can lean over to her and not being invasive to the person beside me.
Yeah, and that, is no different than me, you, and Dad going to a Georgia game, and we're all sitting on the same row, and we got to put Dad in the middle because me and you next to each other, it ain't gonna work out.
No, because we have to lean over towards Dad to try to. And poor Dad, he's all scrunched up.
Between his two big sons, and this dude weighs 250.
Yeah.
Tall, lank, 6'5", 250 pounds. This dude's a tall, skinny dude with two fat dudes on the side of him. Same thing when we go to the SC Championship at the Mercedes-Benz. Poor Dad.
Yeah, just crunched. Got a BG sandwich there.
Hey, that's probably why we ain't been back to the SC Championship.
Yeah, we went one time. That was back on our big days too. That wasn't losing weight days. That was, we probably shouldn't have been going to the stadium days.
So I'm not going to let Brian get away with an embarrassing story about getting on a monster truck, even though that thing probably did do a wheelie with you in the back of it. I don't know if this is because if I was fat or not. A few years ago, it was probably, once again, biggest I've been, 389. I'm walking. We're at a beach house at Cape San Blas, Florida. And I'm walking down to the beach. Just strolling along. I'm walking down the stairs. Next minute I know, I'm on my back in the sand. Somehow, some way, the daggum stairs gave out walking down to the beach. And I'm not talking about the end of the stairs to step on the beach. I'm talking about stairs going down to another platform gave out.
I mean, the whole... I can't even talk about it without laughing. I mean, the whole dang staircase collapses. And this is an outdoor deck built of 2x6s, 2x8s. Like, it's an outdoor sturdy deck that, and, to Brandon's credit, at 400 pounds, a deck shouldn't break anyways. So there was probably something wrong with it. But the fact that,
I mean, the thing is like, it didn't just happen on the first day, though. Like, we'd been walking up and down it a few times, like, within a few days. And the next minute I know, I'm on my back in the sand at the beach. My back was a little hurt. I probably could have sued and got some money out of it.
It could have been Gratzer Beach House for sure. And it could have happened to any of us. Or I say any of us. It could have happened to me or you. But it's funnier that it happened to you instead of me. But Brandon does. We didn't even know it happened. And Brandon comes walking down and he's like, he's holding his back, talking about his back hurting. And then my
back's hurting and ain't nobody getting back up to the house.
Yeah, we didn't have a staircase to get back up to the house.
I mean, you're talking a 5-foot gap missing where stairs are, and nobody can get down to the beach or back up to the house. I mean, I think we had to go around and find another way into the house from the beach until they came and fixed it.
And they did come and fix it, but the even funnier thing is, or not funnier, I should say, but a big guy taking a fall is different than a little dude because if you're 400 pounds and you take a fall, you may jack your back up.
Oh, that's a fact. That is a fact. All the pressure and everything probably on my back from being so fat. I mean, I've had a few back problems, and I mean, I always say Brian's famous words are, "Oh, my back." I mean, that's a guarantee. If you ain't heard Brian say that, then you ain't been around him long enough.
But it was a long fall, and to be that big and to fall, it wasn't 2 foot down. It was 6, 8 foot off the ground.
It was a drop.
It was a big drop. But you talking about breaking things, and I asked Brandon, and I don't know if he said he hasn't, and I don't think that I have, but I can tell you, you know, and I haven't had the embarrassing moment yet, but one of my biggest fears of being a big dude is sitting in a chair and it just collapsing. So there's not a lot of chairs. Like, as a big dude coming in anywhere, I always look at the chairs because it's just ingrained in my brain that I'm a 370 pound dude. But when you're up to close to 5, every chair I look at, I'm like, man, please, for the love of God.
You're praying to the chair gods that this thing ain't collapsing.
Don't collapse. And two of my worst ones are weddings, like outdoor weddings, because they all have these fold up little chairs I can barely fit on. And I try to scoot as far back as I can where all the weight's on the braces, but those are terrible. Every time I go to an outdoor wedding, I look at those and I'm like, man, this if I fall in the middle of this wedding, I mean, you talk about embarrassing. And then wedding chairs, but Brandon said it before, you know, I do a lot with Ackworth, and I'm on the board at Ackworth Baseball, and every month, and I probably have some, I've never told anybody this, but I probably got some board members that listen to this. Actually, I know I do. Every time I go to a board meeting, we have those same chairs. Same little wedding chairs, fold out chairs. And Lord knows, we give a little shout out to Cody here. Cody likes to run a 2-hour board meeting. And every 120 minutes that I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about this chair breaking. I can't even concentrate on the board meeting because I'm afraid this chair is going to collapse.
The legs are going to give. Next thing you know. And you know your fat butt on the ground, everybody's going to laugh. And I don't know how many people's in that meeting, but I guarantee you every single one of the fools are laughing.
Yeah, it's just a fear. It hasn't happened, but I'm telling y'all, man, it is freaking ingrained in my brain.
You know, you talk about those chairs. The closest I think I've come to a chair, and I mean, well, it's not close. It is a chair, but those ballpark chairs. Yeah. The ballpark chair, I have broken one of those in my time. I've sat down in the whole thing. You know, the little, I don't even know, the little square little ball thing on the side, you know, on each corner. The whole corner gave out. Yeah. I was done. On the ground. Right on the ground. Right in the middle of the ballpark. Now.
Yeah, I mean, those chairs ain't, I mean, that's, you know, everybody else, when you're talking about ballpark chairs, because even when you're bigger, you don't necessarily think about it, but you go to Academy and you just grab a chair and you go, but that chair ain't rated for about 200 pounds.
Yeah, and nobody thinks about that. And the same thing every time, like back then, when every time me and Annette would go to the beach, I promise you, I bought a new beach chair about every year. If you go downstairs to our garage, I got 5 beach chairs and 3 of them are broken.
Well, I can remember vividly I mean, it's been a couple years, but we're all sitting there and Brandon brings the chairs down. He's got it strapped to his back and we got the tent set up and Brandon will come down there and it may be good for day 1 or day 2. It is. But come about day 3, at some moment, Brandon's going to fall back on the sand.
And it's all because it's like, I never paid attention to the weight that the chair can hold. Like you literally, you know, you can look and see how much, or, you know, before you buy it, is it a big person chair? Yeah. So this last 2 beach trips, I literally purposely had bought chairs that was for an extra large guy.
Yeah. You don't think about it. You don't think about it till you're flat back on the sand.
But every year, there for a while, it happened. I kept buying these cheap little beach chairs, and you put it on that little thing, you want to catch you a little nap, and next thing you know, you're taking a sand nap.
You done. But, you know, you're talking about the beach, which I know, you know, big people and walking to the beach, you know, walking in the sand ain't easy. So And maybe skinny people don't even know this, Brennan. So it may not even be something so embarrassing because I don't think people really know. But maybe the people who listen will know. But if you ever catch a big dude or a big girl, I don't know about girls. I can only talk about guys.
Yeah.
But you ever catch a big dude taking a stretch break, a so-called stretch break, or a big yawn, he ain't yawning because he's tired. That's a fact. He's yawning to catch his breath.
That we are.
Yeah.
When you see me walk, even walking down the beach, walking down the road, and I hit a little stretch, brother, I'm tired, and I'm a little embarrassed to show you, to tell you that, man. I need a break, man. I just got to do that.
Yeah. Give me a little hammy stretch. Yeah. Big yawn. Big yawn.
Yeah,
Big
let me
yawn.
catch
So
that breath.
Try to get that deep breath, but talking about deep breaths, another one that's not and we've kind of touched on it before, but especially me at 489 pounds, whatever it was, number seems so high. I kind of
You want to tone it out.
Yeah, I know. I keep wanting to bring it down, but
I know.
Tying your shoes, man. And it's not just tying your shoes, putting your freaking socks on, bro.
And I don't even, and I feel like a lot of people say this, not even just like even big people, like even semi-big people like relate to this. I know you cannot tell me if you're big and you bend over that your air circulation is not getting cut off.
Yeah, you're done. I mean, I for the longest time, I'd get up and get dressed. I'd be going to the gym. I'd put my shoes on, and I'd leave them untied. And I'd walk down. Lauren's walking in the office, or not walk. I'd walk in the office. Lauren's working. And I'd say, "Give me a tie here, babe. Give me a little." And I'd even spin it as, "I like the way you tie my shoes."
Yeah, I'm about to say I'll admit I don't think I've ever asked my wife to tie my shoes. I feel like that's kind of that's a man law, bro. I don't know that you can be doing that. I don't even know if I told people in here that I'd done that. But my wife ain't tying my shoes.
Brandon,
I will go with all shoestrings untied before I ask my wife to tie my shoes.
That's fine. Till you try to go to burn and you need your shoes tied and you try to bend down and you pass out because you can't breathe.
Hey,
Sometimes you do what you got to do.
Hey, I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to take a risk of passing out before I ask my wife.
I haven't been. She'll tell you. She's tied my shoes many a times. But another little clothing, shoes, just because I have a big issue with it. Being a big guy in shirts, I just your belly hanging out. Right, we always have this joke of, because there was an MTV show back in the day, we would talk about, bellies hanging out. We always say Gary. Anytime we see somebody with their belly hanging out of their shirt,
always called him Gary.
Gary, it would be Gary.
Oh, there goes Gary. Or me and Brian would talk to each other and like that was my biggest thing being fat, was like I hate it. Like, anytime the bottom of my stomach would show, and it's hard because I mean you can buy a 3X, 4X shirt, but it's not the same as a 4X tall. Like you have to get that tall to cover your stomach. I mean, kind of embarrassing on Brian's part is me and Brian used to umpire together, and they always wanted us to tuck in our shirts, and Brian had to get an extra fabric sewed on his shirts so that he could freaking tuck in his shirt the umpire.
I actually forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, but I had to bring, for a while there, I had to bring all my umpiring shirts, and I would buy, this is the craziest thing, I'd have to buy an extra shirt just so that they could cut the fabric out and put it on the bottom of the shirt, because the umpire shirts you couldn't get in a tall. You couldn't get 4X tall or whatever you needed for the extra length. But it's the belly thing. Even now, I've lost weight. I don't even know that I need tall anymore because my belly's not as big, but it's a mind game, man. I still get tall shirts, and even
Yeah.
Lauren will say sometimes, well, why are you wearing a dress?
Yeah.
It's just because I'm afraid that my belly's going to hang out, and I don't want my belly to hang out.
I mean, my thing is like now is so like I've lost so much weight in my stomach that I do have loose skin. And I mean, at some point, I'm thinking I'm going to have to get the loose skin surgery or something to get it removed. But the loose skin down there likes to hang a little farther, and I'm like, it's still like I could easily wear a 2X or an extra large shirt if I could just get that surgery there. But it still comes up to being like that loose skin down there. My stomach's just hanging, and it shows, and it's like it's just embarrassing. And I still to this day sometimes buy a 2X tall.
Yeah.
Just because my stomach down there just is just hanging.
Yeah. I mean, and
like I got a little pillow down there. Not a pillow, but a blanket.
Well, and part of the thing, too, you buy those talls because as a big guy, you know, you can't, unless you look in a mirror, you don't really know that your belly's hanging out.
Even then, I mean, it took Lauren and y'all to tell me forever to even go down in size. I wanted to still wear my 3X tall when I should have been in a 2X a long time ago. And even at work, my boss is like, dude, like, how long are you going to keep wearing these shirts for? And I'm like, I still feel fat. Like, just because I lost all this weight, even when I still look in the mirror, I'm still like, I still feel that way.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think the last time that, you know, I've been going to burn up in Canton, but last time I worked out with Lauren and her good buddy Aaron, I was wearing a shirt because I still hang on to shirts.
Yeah.
You know, as a big dude,
you do.
I just hang on to them.
And then on top, it's hard to get rid of them because, I mean, like it took me forever to clean out my closet because I'm worried about that I have to go back and I got to buy new clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's good to buy clothes that smaller, but you hold on to your big clothes. So anyways, I go to burn and Lauren's walking in, I'm walking in and Aaron, I was wearing one of my big shirts, tall shirt, and it probably did look like a dress. And she said something about me wearing a dress, but it's just one of those things that belly hanging out, and I'll be in the closet trying on other clothes because I like to try on, see when the next size is going to fit. And I, a few weeks ago, I tried a shirt on. A lot of my football coaching shirts, they aren't tall.
Yeah.
So I haven't worn
You're looking like a Gary out there.
So I got a whole boatload of them. But now I can fit in those without my belly showing. It still feels weird, but I put them on, and Lauren's like, no, you're fine. Your belly's not.
But you don't feel fine.
It don't feel right.
Like, even if it's close and you're like, man, you know, it's close to your stomach. You're like, man, I just don't feel comfortable for that.
I know. That's exactly what I think. But we'll go ahead and get into one of our favorites here, overrated and underrated, brought to you by Power Washing by Chris. Give him a call at 678-605-6565. He can pressure wash whatever you need. Driveways, houses, sidewalks, front porches, back porches, whatever you want him to pressure wash, he can get it done. So just give him a shout.
Yeah, ASAP. Your house probably needs it.
It probably does.
It looks like our house, it needs it. Overrated, underrated. Here we go. First one. This is a good one. Elastic waistbands.
So I used to, I guess I'm not going to give you a double answer because used to I would like an elastic band just because if it's a little small, then I can expand it out. But now that I've lost weight and got shorts and pants, like elastic waistbands are so overrated. They're so dumb. It's such a fat person clothes, man. Like I would much rather just have normal pants. Give me that 48. I am a 48 now compared to a 60, but they're overrated. Give me a freaking stiff band and let's go.
Dude, I will punch you right in the face. I think everybody here, I feel like I can speak for most. Dude, nothing's better than an elastic waistband. I love elastic waistbands. Matter of fact, my khakis shorts that I wear are elastic waistband. I love elastic waistband because I ain't got to worry about a button busting off, and I ain't got to worry about a zipper. And it feels good, and it's comfortable, and it's something I've always wore since I was fat, and I'm still hanging on to them. Underrated. Trying to go into our thing we talked about a little bit earlier. Pretending to stretch to catch your breath.
I think it's definitely underrated. I mean, that is a solid fat boy move. Give me a yawn, give me a stretch real quick to just let me catch my breath without telling everybody that I'm tired. I'll take it. Underrated.
Underrated. Yeah, give me a good stretch, man. Let me catch my breath at the end of this hill. I don't want all y'all to know, but I'm going to take a little stretch, a big yawn to catch my breath and act like, yeah, man, I got this, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we good, even though we dying inside.
Yeah, we dying, but give me a good stretch, man. Underrated. Taking an elevator.
Taking an elevator to me, a lot of our, we've talked about it before, but a lot of our beach houses, we go, and my family, Brandon's family, and Annette's family, and Lauren's family, and me, my mom and dad, we all go. So it's a big house. They all have elevators in. If I got a house with an elevator or a hotel with an elevator, I'm taking the freaking elevator. I work out 5 days a week. I don't need to hike up 3 stairs. Taking the elevator is underrated. I'm going to take the elevator every single time.
All right. So mine's kind of, I know I try not to give 2 answers on this, but if we're talking about an elevator at our beach houses and you got to carry up 15 bags of groceries to the top stair, elevator every time. But after I realized how slow elevators go and how fast I can get upstairs now versus what I used to, dude, take the stairs. Get you a few extra steps in. Overrated. Give me a break. Oh, man. The listeners today are going to love this one. Some people that attend this place is going to love this. Calling Burn Boot Camp a camp.
I mean, look, I don't really care. First of all, let me just give you my answer. It's overrated. Whether it's a class, a camp, whatever you want to call it, it don't matter. It all sucks. It ain't no fun, so it don't matter what you call it. I mean, every single time we talk about burn on the podcast, I'll say class or Brandon will say class, and we'll immediately get a text. It's a camp. It's a camp. Who cares what it's called? Overrated.
Yeah, there's not too many things we agree on, but I have been to Burn Boot Camp, and I do tend to call it a class. When I go, I feel like I'm attending a class. It's a workout class to me.
Yeah.
Sorry, Burn. I do love Burn. Don't get me wrong. I love going there. If you want to call it camp, I'll call it a camp. But that's overrated. I'm calling it class. We're going to Burn Boot Camp class.
Who cares?
All right, this is a good one. All fat people love this one. Sitting in the back seat with 3 people.
Yeah, that I'm not even sure it should be an overrated or underrated because it can't be more overrated. There is no way that I'm getting in the back seat. There's no way. If we get an Uber, I'm getting in the front.
That's funny because I think skinny people even would agree with us that sitting 3 in the back isn't ideal. At least 3 guys. I can't speak for the girls, but I know 3 dudes don't want to sit in the back scrunched up.
Yeah, I don't think girls mind it as much. Yeah. They don't seem to mind it, but I don't even want to be. You're right. 3, me and 2 other skinny dudes. I just don't want to be crammed in the back. So, yeah. I mean, honestly, Brendan, even if I take an Uber by myself out of town or whatever, I'm still going to jump in the front seat. I don't want to be in the back
seat.
Some
of the dudes don't like you sitting out front with
Too
them.
bad. Suck it up, Buttercup.
Yeah, overrated. No sugar candy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'll say overrated just because I'm going to tell you this. If I'm going to eat candy, if I'm going to buy candy,
It's got to be the real thing.
it's got to be the real thing, man. It I'm just going to eat real candy. I'll take the hit on the calories and the sugar for one time, but it's going to be real
Hey,
candy.
if I'm buying candy, I'm not buying it to cut corners. I'm already counting on the calories to be in my body. I'm already counting for the sugars to be in my body. The last thing I care about is sugar.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get the real thing.
No.
Same thing, anything with no sugar. I'm not going to get ice cream that's no sugar.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not missing the good part about eating bad.
Yeah, and the only reason, because I know people are going to say, well, what about Coke Zero? Well, the only difference about Coke Zero versus ice cream or candy is, at dinner time or whatever, the kids get a Coke Zero, I may have a few sips, but I don't eat candy every day.
No.
If I was eating candy every day, maybe the no sugar option would be awesome. But if I'm going to get a bar of candy, I done got my mind up. My mind made up, Brandon.
And also, I think it depends on what we're talking about, too, though. Like, I've never had a good ice cream that was no sugar. I've never had a candy that was no sugar and that was good. If there's something out there, I like to see it.
Yeah.
But Coke Zero, to me, tastes great. That's the only thing I think I'll say that tastes good.
But if you do got a good no sugar candy, hit us up.
I mean,
Let us know what you got.
I mean, I highly doubt that's out there. But if there's one, yeah, let me know. But I overrated. All right. I started feeling different about this lately, and I think maybe Brian has. I don't know. We just talked about this today, but participation trophies.
Yeah.
Unless you play fantasy football.
Yeah. I participation trophies. So I'll say this: participation trophies are overrated. I do think that, but nowadays with travel baseball and all this stuff, they now have a gold bracket, a silver bracket, a bronze bracket, a copper bracket, a uranium bracket. They got, there's 50 teams. They got, they got 7 different brackets. So I like those different brackets because of you get extra game time. Your players get more pitching time. You get to learn things about the game that if you didn't make the gold bracket, you wouldn't get. But I don't care about a bronze bracket championship.
You don't?
I could care less.
You don't want to win a ring at the bronze bracket?
I'm still in the mind of either you're the team or you're not. And the only reason I like silver, copper, bronze, whatever, because we've been in our fair share, is solely for game time. A ring is just for the kids. I think they're overrated.
I'm not big on participation trophies, but the only time I really started liking participation trophies is when I go out there and I run a race and I get done, like these salvage races, and I do the long 15. Like coming home with one of these suckers right here. If you're looking in the camera, you're watching us on YouTube, I got my savage race thing. Like, dude, I earned this thing, man. The participation here was deserved.
Yeah.
And when you go out there and you do these obstacles and you go out there and run and you come back and I'm never going to do nothing with it, but it is nice when I get one when I'm done. But if you're talking about winning a sport, nah, I don't want it. If we ain't the best in the league in the gold bracket, the best in the league, I don't want it. But if you want to talk about doing something hard, like high rocks or something like that, give me a participation trophy.
Yeah, and I think too, kids, because I've talked about this before with other people, but kids don't know that they're at my age.
Yeah.
A 10-year-old, if they win the silver bracket, if they win the bronze bracket, if they get a ring, they think they won the whole tournament.
Yeah, and they love it.
As long as parents don't tell them what bracket they're in, they don't know.
I mean, you can still tell them what bracket they're in. They won the championship for that bracket. They're happy.
Yeah, they're just as happy as if they won the big thing. But
this next one, me and Brian both had issues this weekend involving this. But for some of y'all that don't know, I am a site director for tournaments in baseball. And this weekend we had something come up, but it's overrated, underrated on a safety bag at first.
And for some of you who don't have daughters,
Yeah.
a safety bag is really used in softball, right? Baseball, you have one bag in fair territory, and then you have an orange bag that is in foul territory. When there's a play at first and you're running down, the runner is on touch the orange bag and the player is on the white bag so that there's no injuries.
Yeah, no ankles gone.
I haven't had an issue with it. I haven't had an issue with it at all with a normal one bag system. It's been fine until this weekend we ran into it. So after this weekend, I'm going to say underrated because what happened this weekend, that runner stepping on my first baseman's ankle, and it looked like it was broke. I had a mini heart attack. I thought it was broke. I'd say just run a safety bag. Who cares?
Yeah, so we're different. I mean, I'm not for the safety bag. And our issue this weekend was, and it was more of an umpire issue, but this kid hit the ball down the first base line, and the ball hit the orange safety bag, and the umpire called it fair when it was foul. And it's like, we wouldn't have that mix up or even thought about it because, I mean, he may be a baseball umpire who's never even seen a safety bag, so he didn't even think about it. But, I mean, it did. I mean, logical sense, that orange bag is in foul territory. Like,
that's why it's a different color.
In a regular baseball game with one bag, if it hit the bag, it would be fair. So I'm sure that's what he's thinking in his mind and thinking. So for me, I'm all about one bag. Let's just have one bag. I mean, just watch out for ankles. Mm-hmm. That's it. God, I know people love these and some people don't, but free samples at Costco, Sam's, Publix. You walk around, I know your fat butt wants you to get you a little free sample over there.
Yeah, I'm probably on the other side of this. I think free samples are overrated. I don't.
That's terrible, man. Free food. It's like the only time we ever get anything free in this world, free samples.
Yeah, but you're just getting a little mini bite. I mean, don't get me wrong. My kids love free samples. Like, we go to Costco and they eat all the free.
You go to Costco, you get a whole dinner meal over there.
Yeah, but I promise you, I haven't had a free sample in 5 years.
Dude, that's terrible, dude. You're a fat dude and you're telling me you ain't never had a free sample in 5 years.
No,
I don't know that I've walked into Costco and never grabbed a free sample.
Well, part of mine too is I go into Costco, I try to get in and out. I ain't got time for free samples, man. I don't even like to bring my family there. I'm just getting in and out.
And Costco, they got one on every aisle, dude. It don't even matter.
Bypass. They ain't even that good. God. Underrated.
That's terrible.
But
we're going home.
Yeah, that concludes the overrated and underrated. We'll do a little sports real quick. FIFA World Cup coming in, starts Thursday, I believe. There's obviously going to be some stuff in Atlanta. What little quick take there, Brandon, on soccer?
So, growing up as a kid, I did play 1 year of soccer. We were god awful. I don't even think I was any good.
You don't think? I can guarantee you weren't no good.
My parents, back then, I was skinnier. I liked to run back then, so my parents thought it was a bright idea to stick me in soccer because I liked to run. Yeah, that didn't work for me. I've never liked soccer, to be 100% honest, until I got older. And actually, I went to my first World Cup event down in Atlanta. I think I was like 20, 21, 22, and we had a blast. It was awesome. Then I started liking soccer.
Well, not World Cup, United.
No, this was World Cup.
Oh, you went?
Yeah,
okay.
so World
I thought
Cup.
It was United.
No, this was World Cup thing. We went to a bar down in Buckhead, and it was awesome. Like, I don't even know. I still might have the video. Like, the whole bar erupted when the United States scored, and it was awesome. But besides that, me and Annette, during the first year of the Atlanta United won the championship. And dude, I tell everybody all the time that atmosphere in the Atlanta United soccer game almost ranks as one of the most top things I've ever been to sports wide in the world. I mean, not in the world, but I've ever been to, period.
Yeah.
You're talking, and I've been to a lot of things. I've been to playoffs for college. I've been to playoffs for Hawks. I've been playoffs for Falcons. I've been
SEC championship.
SC championship. I've been to the Braves. I've been to everything. And dude, I'm telling you, top 3 easily was United Soccer. So, dude, just going to a World Cup game, and I wish I had the money to go, which I don't because it's super expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
But dude, they say the environment inside of a World Cup game is insane, and soccer in other countries is like their number one sport versus us. And it's like going to a Brazil game or a Germany game is absolutely nuts. And I would love to go. And I definitely think that's one of those things I think is very underrated. And I think soccer's up and coming. And I like soccer. Matter of fact, I even purchased FIFA on my Xbox to play back in the day.
Yeah, I still haven't got into the whole soccer go. I went to one United game, but it was literally the Sunday before they shut down for COVID. They shut down everything. I went to the not the World Cup. I went to the United game, and it wasn't what everybody said it was.
You didn't get the chance. Y'all didn't get the hand claps.
I don't think there was enough people there because the COVID thing was still going.
Yeah,
and then
people were scared.
They were scared to go. I don't think there was a lot of people. And then Monday, after we went Sunday, Monday they shut the whole world down, and we were locked up for however long. So I don't think I got the full experience, but I've talked to enough people to know that it is probably a legit atmosphere.
Me and Annette went, and it was more packed than when I've been to a Falcons game at Mercedes.
Yeah, well, we're going to give it a try. Like Brendan said, if I had the money, I probably would try to get on down to a World Cup game. But
I mean,
the prices
it's the most viewed sport in the world.
Yeah. Well, that's because it's a worldwide sport, right? You're talking, football is not huge over in Europe and over there, but soccer is everywhere. So, but real quick, we're going to touch on the Braves because I just want to ask Brandon, Braves sweep this weekend. They are on fire.
Man,
still balling out, but rumors, trade deadline's coming up. And I've heard plenty of rumors, Mike Trout, whoever you want to say, but one that's been going around recently this weekend and this past week is Skubal from Detroit. So my question is to Brandon, and I'll answer it too, but would you trade for Skubal and go ahead and, because if you get him, you're going to have to give away the farm. They're going to ask for everything you got, pretty much. Are you going to give away the farm to get a Skubal type pitcher?
Dude, in a type of year like this, and if you really want to make a run, I'm giving whatever you want for Skubal. To the fact that half the time, how many times do we hang on to these farm guys and they never make it? They never make it to the Major League Baseball. But yet, you got a proven guy like Skubal who's going to come in and be your 1 and 2 guy. You're going to have him and Sell. Dude.
Elder.
I mean, dude, the team is on fire. You get that pitching, dude, that could get you into the World Series, dude. I will give up the farm for players that I don't know that's going to make it and take Skubal.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, and I don't even think the Braves would do it.
I don't think
so
either.
I'm a big believer in you got a certain window. You got a certain window to win championships, and if the Braves are this hot right now, I'm telling you, you add a Skubal, it's you. I would bet I'd be willing to put a lot of money that if you added Skubal tomorrow, the Braves would be the favorite to win the World Series.
Oh, absolutely.
As of right now.
Yeah, and they're hot, and we've still got people out on injury, and we're still playing good baseball, and you add a good arm like that to the freaking rotation. I mean, dude, we would be so dangerous, and then you start getting Strider going, and then you start,
Baldwin.
Everybody starts going, and then you get to the World Series, and you start adding some some of your starting pitchers down to the bullpen, and dude, you're solid.
Oh, I'm with you. Sell
Sell the
freaking
farm.
house, man. Sell it and let's let's do it.
I wish they would. I mean, I really wish they would seriously do it. But I mean, I don't never remember the Braves ever being that way.
No, not usually.
Once again, like always, we're always posting on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us on there. Give us a like. We appreciate everybody's support. Another big thing we just hit 1,000 streams and 6 episodes. Dude, we appreciate everybody, all the love out there. We first started this, we had no idea where this was going to go. We didn't know if we were going to have any listeners. It's super cool that, everybody keeps reaching out, giving us feedback, telling us they like the show, or if they like certain things, or ask us to talk about certain topics. Dude, it's been awesome. And I don't think, clearly we wouldn't be here without y'all. We probably would have given up had we not seen the stream numbers. And I mean, we thought we were going to be 2-3 episodes in and probably stop, but now that everything keeps climbing, dude, it just keeps growing, and more people keep contacting us about wanting to be on the show and stuff. This has been a lot of fun, and we love it. With that being said, if you could just rate us, follow us on whatever platform. It helps us out so much more if you guys would at least rate the show. You don't have to leave a comment, but at least rate the show and follow us on the platform. And then that will just boost us on whatever platform you're on and help us grow. And that's the big thing we want to do, is continue to grow and get this big thing as big as we can, go if we can. I mean, if we stay small, we're happy with that too. But, dude, we're just out here just trying to help somebody. If we can reach out, help another big person to lose weight or make somebody's day and laughing, dude, I mean, that's all we want.
Yep. Give us a follow. And we really do appreciate it. All the, like Brandon said, we I got random people all the time telling me, hey, man, I'm loving the show.
I mean, and people that we never even thought that he would even listen to the show, that we're like, man, dude, this dude listens to the show, and that's awesome because, I mean, it just shows you the reach that it's going.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But until then,
see ya!